Well, hello everybody and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, a half hour late here, but PC problems all of a sudden here really started like at the end of last week, kind of. But let's see, this is the December 12, 2024 All 78 show. I apologize for being late, but all of a sudden there is this, I see it on my task manager, takes up like 97% of my memory, so everything is like slow, and that is not good. That's not good when doing the broadcast. So I delete it. This data, it's called Data Manager, and there's one other thing. It's just using so much memory. Now I know they're doing the switch over from Microsoft 10 to 11, and I looked at it real quick last night. There's people with older computers are starting to have this issue. Now, my machine automatically clears out all my cache and clears out all the files. I did that, and I have a lot of space on this machine, so it's the memory usage that's the problem. And even with Excel, when I call up the Excel, everything is it's just not good, and I know that's going to pose problems with me doing this broadcast eventually. So I'm going to have to look into something quickly. I just don't want to have the program shut down where I can't broadcast at all. So I have to prepare. I got to look at another PC possibly to get, and then slowly, because it's a pain in the neck when you get a new PC to bring everything over. I got so much stuff on this machine, so many files and whatnot, that I do have an external hard drive where I backed up all my old stuff. I got my tax returns and everything else on here. So I gotta do some maintenance here. But anyway, we'll get to the music here, bring us in a better mood there. We opened up the All 78 show with a tenor saxophonist from Orlando, Florida, then relocating to New York when he was 13 years old, signed with Larry Newton's newly formed at the time Derby Records, not only as an artist, but also in charge of putting together a studio band that would be the house band for the Derby record label. And they were called Freddy. It was Freddy Mitchell and his orchestra, had 22 releases on the Derby label. This is his third, sounding off-center there. Darren, how do I fix my off-center 78s? That is featured Rip Harrington on piano. And again, I apologize for that record. I didn't notice that it was that bad on the off-center, but what can I do? I can't line that one up like I can the 45s. November 49, Freddy Mitchell and his orchestra, Jingle Bell Boogie was the name of the tune. That would have been a cool record if it lined up right. But this will be, I guess we'll call it my Christmas, I don't want to say my all-Christmas show, because I don't know if I'm doing an all-Christmas show. Maybe, because the 25th, Oldies and More is not broadcasting. They'll be having a stream of oldies of Christmas music. So I don't know where I might not even be here on that day. I don't know where I'm going to be, but maybe I'll do a spontaneous show. You never know. So if you're hanging around or whatever, you can tune into the program. But that's what's great about kind of being like your own boss here. But anyway, let's get to the music here. This is the All 78 show. We'll be here a little bit, maybe till going to be after 5 o'clock, I think. But we count down the music chronologically here. Got some 1940s 78s out of the collection. And so we counted down. This is... We're going to open up the vocal portion here from the year 1941. It's actually the flip side from the last 78 show. I featured this group out of Chicago. They were called the Cats and the Fiddle. Played their release on Bluebird called Crawlin' Blues. It was from May of 1941. Now, this is one of the 8 sides, or I should say, 2 of the 8 sides they did on that January 20th, 1941 session with bandleader Tiny Grimes. And this is the B-side, written by the lead singer of the group, Austin Powell. And we'll send this one out to UK listener Indrajit Advani because he loves this group from May of 41. Let's open up the vocal portion with the Cats and the Fiddle on the Bluebird label. It's called Until I Met You, the Cats and the Fiddle.
My days were so dreary, my nights were weary, yes weary. What did I do, dear, until I met you? Life was so lonely, gray skies up above me. No one to love gets to love me. I was so blue till I met you. I used to walk in the park after dark, and sweethearts were passing me by. Since I met you, I still walk in the park, but you are right here by my side. Tell me I'm not dreaming, for you I'm scheming and scheming. I was so blue till I met you. Passing me by. Since I met you, I still walk in the park, but you are right here by my side. Tell me I'm not dreaming, for you I'm dreaming and dreaming. I was so blue.
There you go. Those are the Cats and the Fiddle there from May 1941 on the Bluebird record label. That's a subsidiary of RCA Records. Until I Met You is the name of the tune. Let's stay in 1941 now with this group, originally from Langston, Oklahoma, but they all transferred to Dillard University in New Orleans, Louisiana, because of a new program starting there. A musical program there, I guess, but they didn't stay. This was like 1935. They left the college to do live radio shows, and their manager, Paul Capp, was able to get them signed to the Decca label. That was back in 1940, and this was the group's third release for the Decca label. It's a standard that was recorded by oh so many groups during the years here, this song. The song composed by Hoagy Carmichael back in 1927, and he recorded it that year, an instrumental version. The words were then added in 1929 by Mitchell Parrish, and I think the second release of this was by the Chocolate Dandies. I think they did it first in 1929, maybe not. But the song has been recorded more than 1,500 times and translated into 40 languages. It's considered part of the Great American Songbook. So let's give a listen to this version as done by the Delta Rhythm Boys. Now, this originally released in May of 41 on the Blue Decca label. Decca then re-released it in June of 48, and that's how I have it, the 1948 press. From originally, though, May 41, the Delta Rhythm Boys on the Decca label, their rendition of the tune, Stardust.
Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song, the melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you. When our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. It was lovely, but that was long ago, and now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside a garden wall, when stars were bright. You were in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of a paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. We stood by a wall. The stars were shining oh so brightly. I held you oh so tightly. The birds sang of a paradise. Though I dream in vain, deep down in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love.
There you go. That's Stardust is the name of the tune, as done by the Delta Rhythm Boys, originally in May of 1941, with that release on the Blue Decca. Then re-released, I have it on from June of 1948. The Delta Rhythm Boys with Stardust. So many groups have recorded that tune. Of course, a big favorite here, Billy Ward and the Dominoes version on the Liberty record label. I remember my aunt playing Nino Tempo and April Stevens' version of that on the Atco label. What was that, 64, I guess? But anyway, let us continue here. And let's move into 1945. Now, this is actually a flip side request for listener Mark Langdale in Australia. Featured this group from Norfolk, Virginia, played their 7th release on the OK record label called The General Jumped at Dawn. Was from the motion picture A Hollywood Canteen, as done by the Golden Gate Quartet. Now, Mark requested the flip side from May of 1945. This is on OK Records. This was a re-release. Columbia would re-release this in October of 47 with a different flip, but this is the original release, May 45, the Golden Gate Quartet for Mark Langdale. It's called I Will Be Home Again, the Golden Gate Quartet.
I will be home again. Don't worry, dear, I'll be home again. So won't you dry that tear? The promise in your eyes will see me through. There'll be brighter skies when I come back to you. Sweetheart, the love you're giving thrills my hungry heart. You make life worth the living, although we are apart. I will be home again. We'll start anew. Darling, until then, our dreams will have to do. Sweetheart, the love you're giving thrills my hungry heart. You make life worth the living, although we are apart. I will be home again. We'll start anew. Darling, until then, our dreams will have to
There you go. That's by request for listener Mark Langdale in Australia, the sound of the Golden Gate Quartet. Nice tune there from May 1945 on the OK record label. I Will Be Home Again is the name of the tune. Johnny G is broadcasting here from my home in the attic here. Nice sunny day today, but it's cold now. 34 and windy here in Westchester County, New York. It was pouring rain yesterday. Horrible, horrible day it was, but it's better today, but it's cold. Let's stay in 1945 with this group originally from the West Coast, known as the Four Toppers at first, but they never recorded, but they traveled to New York City for fame and fortune. Now, I don't know about how much fame and fortune they have, but they were at one time well known. This group added a couple of members, Romaine Brown and Emmett Matthews, and changed their name to the Five Redcaps. Label owner Joe Davis heard them at a Brooklyn nightclub and signed them to his new label, Beacon Records. At the time, that was in 1943, have quite a number of releases on Joe Davis's various labels. Now, he would recycle many of their tunes. He would put them out on Beacon and then put them out on his Joe Davis label. He had a bunch of different labels in his early days. But although this song only came out on the Joe Davis label, this was recorded April 6th of 1944, released in July of 1945. These are the Five Redcaps. It's on Joe Davis's Joe Davis label, named after him, of course. And the tune is called Thinking.
I'm in love with someone. That someone is you. That's why I'm always thinking. I'm thinking, dear, of you. When you're sad and weary, and you're lonesome too, always remember, sweetheart, I'm thinking, dear, of you. We're bound to find the sunshine. Dark clouds will pass someday. I'll soon be claiming you as mine. Our love will find a way. Heaven knows I love you. Say that you love me too. Sweetheart, I'm always thinking, dear, of you.
I'm in love with someone, and honey, that someone is you. You see, that's why I'm always thinking. And you know, I'm thinking, dear, of you.
Heaven knows I love you. Say that you love me true. Sweetheart, I'm always thinking, dear, of you.
There you go. Those are the 5 red caps on that horrible recycled vinyl. It's very... That's one of the... Usually you would think that the early 78s do not play well. It's the nice shellacking vinyl 78s that sound phenomenal. But these recycled 78s, they are, and that's unfortunately how they play. I mean, I think you can clean it up a little bit with some of the filters and whatnot. There are people that are posting their records on YouTube. They kind of filter this, that background noise out. But to listen to it in how they really sound, that's how they really sounded, folks. Maybe, I guess, and my turntables are pretty good, I have to say. I don't want to jinx my turntables, but anyway, that's July 1945, the 5 red caps on Joe Davis's Joe Davis label. With a song entitled Thinking. Again, those of you that are new to the program see a lot of new names here in the chat room. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. You know why that's good to do? Especially with the 45s and 78s that Johnny G plays. It keeps the copyright police away. As the more subscribers I have, they give me a little bit more leeway. In the beginning, they were like, well, you can't do more than an hour show. I said, what do you mean I can't do more than an hour show? Well, you just can't. We don't want you hogging up the airwaves. We need our owners of the content to make a lot of money on their ads. I said, really? So as I get more subscribers and comments, then they let me have a lot more time, and then they don't attack me like they do. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here, and let's move into the year 1946 now with a flip side. from the last 78 show by the Four Knights, featured their first release on the Decca label, their version of Just in Case You Change Your Mind. Well, let's give a listen to the flip side here, a tune written by Alan Roberts and Doris Fisher. It features Gene Alford on lead. Let's go to April of 1946. My father was what? He was 15 years old, over in Italy, working on making boats at the time. And my mother was what, 15 years old, I think? No, 30. No, she was 10. I'm sorry, Ma, I didn't want to give you extra years there. These are the Four Knights on the Decca label. It's called Don't Be Afraid to Say I Love You, the Four Knights.
Don't be ashamed to say I love you. If those are the words in your heart, it's not a sin to want my caress. Why not confess if it means happiness? Why be afraid to show your feeling if that's what you long to do? Don't be ashamed to say you love me. If you love me as I love you, don't be ashamed to say I love you. If those are the words in your heart, it's not a sin to want my caress. Why not confess if it means our happiness? Why be afraid to show your feeling if that's what you long to do? And don't be ashamed to say you love me. If you love me as I love you, why be afraid to show your feeling if that's what you long to do? Darling, don't be ashamed to say you love me. If you love me as I love you, I love you.
There you go, April 1946 release there for the Four Knights, Gene Alford and the Four Knights on the Decca record label. That's their first release on the Decca label. Don't be afraid to say I love you. They don't make songs like that anymore. No way. Music is the unifier. It is. And whenever you're in a bad mood or whatever it is, you got to listen to the music. That's what I do. Serenity is the music for Johnny G as we continue here. And we stay in the year 1946, this time for the Ink Spots. You know, a lot of these groups, they were kind of like monopolizing the early R&B sound back in the 1940s. They signed with Decca Records in 1936. Leave a lot of space in your record boxes if you want to collect the Ink Spots 78s and 45s, because they have about 108 releases on the Decca label through 1961. Now, let's give a listen to the group's 46th release. Now, this was recorded October 2nd of 1946, was released, wait, that can't be right. It was probably October 2nd of 1947, released, no, 45, I'm sorry, released in January of 1946. It features Bill Kenny on lead. These are the Ink Spots on the Decca label. It's called I'm Gonna Turn Off the Teardrops.
I'm gonna turn off the teardrops and turn on the smile, 'cause I'm all through crying over you. I'm gonna turn off the raindrops and turn on the sun, and turn my thoughts to someone new. And then I'll brush off those nightmares and stop counting sheep. Start on a new dream and stop losing sleep. I'm gonna turn off the gray skies and turn on the blue, 'cause I'm all through crying over you.
I'm gonna turn off the teardrops, baby. Turn on the smile,
Honey child,
'cause I'm all through crying over you.
talk to me, boy, talk to me.
I'm gonna turn off the raindrops, turn on the sun, turn my thoughts to someone new.
And then I'll brush off those nightmares and stop counting sheep. Start on a new dream and stop losing sleep. I'm gonna turn off the gray skies and turn on the blue, 'cause I'm all through crying over you.
There you go with the sound of the Ink Spots there. I'm gonna turn off the teardrops. January 1946 release there on the Decca record label. The Ink Spots. As we are here on a Thursday afternoon, I again was half hour late at getting onto the show here today, and I hope that is not. I gotta worry about this PC now. Another worried thing that I gotta do. Enough on my plate as we continue here and move into the year 1947 now with the band leader getting top billing on this. His name Bill Johnson, originally from Jacksonville, Florida. Now he would join the Erskine Hawkins Orchestra back in 1943, first recording in 1946 for the Alert label with his group called the Musical Notes. Well, maybe not, they weren't called the Musical Notes. I think they were called something else with that first release. But on this release, they're called the Musical Notes, which included Bill Johnson, the leader there, on the alto sax, Ray Turner on tenor sax, Gene Brooks on the drums, Clifton Skeeter Best on guitar, Jimmy Robinson on the bass, and Egbert Victor on piano. And in those early days, many of the bands would have vocalists that would sing with them, but the band would get top billing. Then you'd see, like in little print on the label, vocalist by. Well, in 1947, this group signed with RCA Records, had 10 releases through the year 1948. This was the group's fifth, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with a song as done by the Flamingos called Dream of a Lifetime. Okay, but that was actually a cover. This was done 7 years prior to that parrot release by the Flamingos. And this is the original version. It features Gus Gordon on lead. We go to October of 1947 for Bill Johnson and the Musical Notes. And again, the lead on this, his name is Gus Gordon, and the song is called You're the Dream of a Lifetime. This is on RCA Records.
Dream of a lifetime, with voice like mission bells that chime. You're everything I ever hoped for. Sweetheart, will you be mine? You're the dream of a lifetime, with voice like mission bells that chime, and eyes that glow like sweet surrender, to lips as sweet as wine. Lips as sweet as wine. Heaven must have sent you, dear, when I was feeling lonely, sad and blue. Let me be your lover, I don't want no other, please believe me, do. You're the dream of a lifetime, you changed the autumn day to spring. With you my life will be complete, dear. My heart will always sing. You're the dream of a lifetime, you changed the autumn day to spring. With you my life will be complete, dear. My heart will always sing. My heart will always sing.
Yeah, that's the sound of Bill Johnson and the Musical Notes. We'll send that one out to Jack Saperstein, tuned into the program today. October 1947, that's Gus Gordon on lead. Actually, it mentions it on the label there. That is the original version of You're the Dream of a Lifetime. That's on the RCA record label. Didn't I just play that Parrot 45? Somebody requested that on the Saturday night show. Again, if you have any requests, I can't promise them always on the 78 show, but if I do have them and put them in the request file, and I might be able to look for them if I do play them, I will send them out to you. So I do have a couple on today's show. show that I will send out to people. And again, I'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, God willing, with this PC. But it seems to be working okay now. Hopefully not getting any buffering or whatnot. That is what I hate. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the year 1947. Now, we heard from the Five Redcaps a few records ago from July 45. Their return, because they would hire a new manager in 1946, Murray Winger, Weinger. He was a New York City businessman and nightclub owner, and he was instrumental with them signing with the Mercury record label. And they changed their name at the time. They were no longer the Five Redcaps. They were now Steve Gibson and the Redcaps. So he ended up getting top billing. Now, this is their fourth release on the Mercury record label, and it features Romaine Brown on lead. That was one of the guys that they met when they came here from the West Coast. He is on lead for this one. Let's go to November of 1947. Steve Gibson and the Redcaps on the Mercury label. It's called You're Driving Me Crazy.
You're driving me crazy. What did I do? What did I do? You make everything hazy, clouds in the sky. How true were the friends that would merely cheer me, believe in you. But you were the kind that would hurt me, desert me when I needed you. You're driving me crazy. What did I do to you?
Do backtrack there? Wait, what did that do? Maybe it backtracked. That is weird. Steve Gibson and the Redcaps there, November 1947. That's Romaine Brown on lead. What did I say? That was their fourth release on the Mercury record label. You're Driving Me Crazy is the name of the tune. Lots of crazy things happening in Johnny G's life at this time as we continue here. And I got one more from the year 1947. It's a flip side from last week. As done by the Charioteers, featured their 29th release for the Columbia record label, their version of I Miss You So. So let's give a listen to the flip side here. It features the great Billy Williams on lead from June 1947. This is on the Columbia record banner, The Sound of the Charioteers, and their tune is called You're Breaking In a New Heart, parentheses, while you're breaking mine.
while you're breaking mine. You're trading in our old dream for a new design. I showed how much I cared. You never had to guess. Perhaps you would have loved me more if I had loved you less. You're dancing with a new love, and it seems so wrong. For someone else's arms are where my arms belong. I can't blame him for falling. I would still fall for that line. You're breaking in a new heart while you're breaking mine.
You're dancing with a new love, and it seems so wrong. For someone else's arms are where my arms belong.
I can't blame him for falling. I would still fall for that line. You're breaking in a new heart while you're breaking mine. Darling, while you're breaking
And I like that record there. Those are the Charioteers. Charioteers from June 1947. Billy Williams on lead. You're breaking in a new heart, parentheses, while you're breaking mine. On the Columbia record label. So many releases by the Charioteers. You will hear them here on the All 78 edition. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for being here. Was a half hour late coming into the show today with the computer problems and whatnot. So I had to rush. I only put one scan up there. I did post it. Tony Barcia, it should be there. Posted it out. I don't know what the AI does on Facebook. And I don't know what they do here with this AI. Same thing with the copyright things that they do. But anyway, we work through it. And let's get into the Christmassy mood, because I did pull out I got some blues Christmas records too, by the way, and some happy Christmas records also, as we move into 1948 for the sound of the season, as done by the Ravens. So many have recorded this Irving Berlin classic. I think first done, didn't Bing Crosby do this first back in 1943 for the Decca record label? But let's give a listen to the Ravens version of this. First released, I see they're asking me to insert a commercial. No way am I doing that. Here is the Ravens version, first released on the National record label in November of 1948. It would then subsequently be released. Mercury put it out in November of 54, and then Herman Lubinsky again put it out on Savoy in October of 1957, which I do have on a 78. I don't know if I have the Mercury on a 78. But of course, the Savoy plays fantastic. These Nationals, I don't know, but I'm going to spin the original on national. Starts off with the bass lead of Jimmy Ricks, and then the great tenor comes in. Maith Marshall comes in on this record here from November of 1948, A Sound of the Season by the Ravens on the national label. Their rendition of the tune, White Christmas.
Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the one I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Yes, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, will, and may all your Christmases be white.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the one I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
May your days be merry and bright,
and may all your Christmases
Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Merry Christmas.
There you go with a Christmas classic by the Ravens there, November 1948 for the first release on the grainy national label. I should have played it on Savoy. Is a much clearer version, but there you go, the original version there. I like that tune, especially when Maith Marshall comes in on the record at the bridge there. White Christmas by the Ravens. Let's stay in the Christmas mood here as we move into 1949, this time with the Mills Brothers, one of the granddaddy groups, and they too signed with Decca Records by 1934. They were previously with Brunswick Records beginning in 31, but this is the group's Christmas edition for 1949. It features Donald Mills on lead, and this is just vocals and guitar on this one from October 1949. The Mills Brothers on the Decca label. The song is called On This Christmas Eve.
On the night before Christmas, how happy we'll be. We'll wrap up all our presents and trim our own tree. Then I'll build a snowman for kiddies to see on this Christmas Eve. We'll get a toy Santa with sleigh bells that ring, then hang up our stockings to see what he'll bring, and think of the carols that we're gonna sing on this Christmas Eve. While snowflakes are painting a picture outside, we'll watch by the window to see those 8 tiny reindeer come out of the sky, and a fat little fella who's laughing with glee. On each night before Christmas, I want you to know I'll love you much more than a Christmas ago. And wait till I get out that old mistletoe on this Christmas Eve. On each night before Christmas, I want you to know I love you much more than a Christmas ago. And wait till I get out that old mistletoe on this Christmas Eve.
There you go, the sound of the season there with the Mills Brothers, October 1949. It's on the Decca record label. On This Christmas Eve is the name of the tune. Donald Mills and the Mills Brothers there. As we continue in the year 1949. Now, the history of some of these groups is difficult to talk about, as was the case with this group called the Jubilaires, because of the members and the name changes of the group. But this group included J.C. Ginyard, Theodore Brooks, John Jennings, George McFadden, and William Johnson. And first recording for the Decca label back in 1944. In 1947, they had 5 releases on Sid Nathan's Queen, and also recorded for King, so that was more. That was just 5 on the Queen label. And then they signed with Capitol in 1949. This was their first release on the Capitol label, and a song that dates back to, 1914, as done by W.C. Handy. Let's go to September of 1949 for the Jubilaires. Jubilaires on the Capitol record label. Didn't this group turn into the Shadows that recorded for Lee, if I'm not mistaken? Jubilaires here with their tune called St. Louis Blues.
I hate to see the sun go down.
I hate to see that evening sun go down. That gal of mine, she done left the town. Boys, if I'm feeling tomorrow like I feel today, I feel tomorrow like I feel today. I'm gonna pack my trunk, make my getaway.
a St. Louis woman.
She wore diamond rings, carries a man around by her apron string.
She shouldn't do that, she shouldn't do that if it wasn't for powder.
All that store-bought hair, that gal of mine wouldn't have gone nowhere, nowhere. Blue as I can be. That gal's got a heart like a rock cast in the deep sea, or else she would have been so far from me.
I need loving.
I need loving bad. Yes, I need loving bad. The last she gave me was so short, just enough to make me mad. She made me give it up. She made me give it up. She said, rock, brother, rock, 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 rock. Keep on rocking the blues. Look stiff, but babe, I'm not too old.
Not too old, not too old.
I'm big and fat, but babe, I'm not old.
Not too old, not too
The
old.
last she gave me was so good, it put salvation in my soul. She made me give it up,
Give it up,
give it up,
give it up.
hand it hit,
Hand it hit.
hand it hit.
Hand it hit.
Get with it, quit it before you forget it.
Look out for the blues.
I'm going
Bye, bye,
ba 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 bee.
bye, bye, bye.
I'm going way back home,
St. Louis,
way back home.
St. Louis. Bye, 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 bye.
There you go, September 1949 by the Jubilaires there on the Capitol record label. That's their first release for Capitol Records. Their rendition of the tune St. Louis Blues. Very peppy version of the tune. Let's continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We stay in 1949 now with The Sound of the Season, this time by pianist and singer. He was born in El Campo, Texas, and a major influence on his style were Charles Brown and Amos Milburn. You will hear it I hear Charles Brown in this record, really, on this song when you listen to it. First recording back in 1948 for the Eddie's record label. He signed with the Bahari Brothers Modern label in 1949. I think this was his third release for the Modern label. It's a song he wrote. And if you noticed, it said 79 cents on the label. You know what? I would buy any 78 for 79 cents. That's a great deal, I'd say. Let's go to October of 1949 for Little Willie Littlefield on the Modern record label, and his tune called Merry Xmas. No, Merry. I wonder why they did that. I don't know, to shorten it so they wouldn't use more type. I don't know. But it's called Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby, and a happy, happy New Year. Merry Christmas, baby, and a happy, happy New Year. May good luck and joy follow you, baby. Follow you all throughout the year. I don't want a brand new car or a diamond ring. All I want for Christmas is my baby back again. Merry Christmas, baby, and a happy, happy New Year. May good luck and joy follow you, baby. Follow you all throughout the year. I don't want a brand new car or a diamond ring. All I want for Christmas is my baby back again. Merry Christmas, baby, and a happy, happy New Year. These are my regards from me to you, and may all your Christmases be.
There you go. Whoops. There you go, from October 1949 there. Little Willie Littlefield on the Modern record label. His tune called Merry Christmas. And I think somebody asked me for what he does, the original Kansas City. Isn't that him? Isn't that the guy who did the original Kansas City Lovin', I think it was called, which I do have. By the way, I have the original, and also I think they reissued it on Federal Records. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here. Got one more from the year 1949. Actually, it's a flip side from the last 78 show. I featured this group called the Wingmen on Horace Heidt Presents label out of California, called Don't Cry, Cry Baby. Let's give a listen to the flip side of this. Now, the instrumentation provided by label owner Horace Heidt and his Musical Knights. It features the bass lead here of Ellison Bishop White. Let's go to June of 1949. They're called the Wingmen. The Wingmen with I'm Drowning, I'm Drowning in Your Deep Blue Eyes. The Wingmen.
I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. There's danger in those deep blue eyes, baby.
Save him, save him, save him, it's love.
I'm sending out an SOS, baby. I'm sending out an SOS, baby. I've fallen overboard, oh yes, baby.
Save him, save him, save him, it's love. Caught in a whirlpool, caught in a boy and a girl pool, going down, down, down to the bottom.
Drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. There's danger in those deep blue eyes, baby.
Save him, save him, save him, it's love. I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. There's danger in those deep blue eyes, baby.
Save me, save me, save me, it's love.
I'm sending out an SOS, baby. I'm sending out an SOS, baby. I'm falling overboard, oh yes, baby.
Save me, save me, save me, it's love.
Caught in a whirlpool, caught in a boy and a girl pool, going down,
Down, down to the bottom, 'cause I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. I'm drowning in your deep blue eyes, baby. There's danger in those deep blue eyes, baby.
Save him, save him, save him, it's love.
Save me, save me,
Save me, it's love.
help! Man overboard! Boy, my life preserver! Too late!
save me, save me.
Save me, it's love.
There you go, June 1949 release there for the Wingmen. The Wingmen on Horace Heidt Presents label. That was probably him at the end of the song there, I would guess. But that's called I'm Drowning in Your Deep Blue Eyes. That one there with Ellison Bishop White on lead. Johnny G here on a Thursday. If you're new to the program and you're just finding out about the Vinyl Treasure Show for the first time, please tell your friends about this show if you like. Now, not everybody likes the 1940s, but I do have a big following that do like these records from the early 40s, I should say from the 40s and early 1950s. So I never thought that I would put my 78s to good use, but I am on this show and I can't get away from it. So, I mean, maybe sometime I'll change it and do some really, vocal group stuff, pick things out of that I like, some records that maybe you don't even know that I have in my collection. That might be a good change up. But this show has been very successful, so I'm going to continue with it. People want me to continue with the 78s. And some of these, that one didn't sound so bad on that shellac record there. It sounded pretty good. But let's continue here. I already see somebody requested, Julie McCroy wants me to play part 2 of this. So I guess I could flip it over for today. As we move into 1950 now with another sound of the season, this vocalist, guitarist, songwriter from Atoka, Oklahoma originally, first recording for the Big Town label back in 1947. But then he signed with Jack Lauderdale's Swing Time label, has something like 40-something releases on the Swing Time label, plus other labels too. And this is like a mellow sound of the season by him. And I think this was a constant seller because this comes out also on a 45 too, but originally came out only on a 78. His name, Lowell Fulson. This one from November of 1950 on Swing Time Records. This is part 1. Lowell Fulson on Swing Time. It's called Lonesome Christmas Part 1.
I'd love to spend this Christmas sitting by the fire with you. I'd love to spend this Christmas sitting by the fire with you. I'm so happy for the moment that we share the whole year through. Jingle bells are ringing, children playing out in the snow. Jingle bells are ringing, children playing out in the snow. There is tacky on the table, Christmas presents on the floor. Everyone seems so happy, season greeting feel there. Everyone seems so happy, season greeting feel there. Santa Claus is spreading Christmas presents everywhere. When I go shopping, that's one thing I like to do. Yes, when I go shopping, that's one thing I like to do. Send a pretty present, signed with all my love to you.
There you go. That's Lowell. Whoops, who's calling me at this time? There you go. November 1950 release there. Lowell Fulson on the Swing Time record label, Lonesome Christmas Part 1. We'll do a instant request because I can do it here on this show. And let's flip over the 78 here for Julia McCroy in our YouTube chat room. So got to give me a second. These are not as easy to flip over as the 45s are. But here we go. So let's give a listen. Let's see what part 2 sounds like here. This is instant request for Julia McCroy in our YouTube chat room. This is Lowell Fulson with part 2 of Lonesome Christmas from November of 1950.
I won't be home to help you decorate the Christmas tree. Well, I won't be home to help you decorate the Christmas tree. I'll be thinking about you, and I hope you'll think of me. I know you look so lovely standing beneath the mistletoe. Yes, I know you look lovely standing beneath the mistletoe. I could hold you and kiss you, tell you why I love you so. I'd love to spend this Christmas sitting by the fire with you. Yes, I love to spend this Christmas sitting by the fire with you. Drinking eggnog with fruitcake, just like we used to do. I know I won't be with you, baby, on that happy holiday. Yes, I won't be with you on that happy holiday. I can wish you a Merry Christmas in an old-time-fashioned way.
There you go, instant request there for Julia McCroy in our YouTube chat room. That's Lowell Fulson from November of 1950. That's on Swing Time Records. Lonesome Christmas, you heard part 1, and Lonesome Christmas part 2. When else could I play that record than around this time as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show? And we're going to stay with the Christmas sounds here. This one does not come out on a 45. Tony Barcia mentioned this is not an easy record to find. Spence Wooten sold me this 78 a long time ago. And this is on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. And the group has earlier recordings, I think on the Ivory label, but this was their first release on Apollo. And it's a great two-sided Christmas tune. One side is called Merry Christmas One and All. I think that is the B side of the 45, but let's give a listen to the A side of this. It features Cecil Murray on lead. The group is called the Rhythm Kings. The Rhythm Kings, I think later on they backed up Zilla Mays, if I'm not mistaken, and also Little Tommy Brown on Groove, I think, as the Four Students. I think this group also recorded as the Four Students. But anyway, let's go to November of 1950 for the Rhythm Kings on the Apollo record label. It's called Christmas is Coming at Last.
There is frost on the window, there is snow on the grass. May the Yule spirit warm you as it has in the past. Let me shout, welcome to ya, hooray, hallelujah. 'cause Christmas is coming at last. Wear a smile for a greeting, sing a song, let it blast. Shake the hand of your partner in a neighborly clasp. So I shout, welcome to ya, hooray, hallelujah, 'cause Christmas is coming at last.
Hear the bells, how they ring, joy is king once again. Hear the bells, how they sing, peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Let the sound of rejoicing fill the days yet to pass. May the joy of the season hold your heart in his grasp.
So I shout, welcome to ya, hooray, hallelujah, 'cause Christmas is coming at last.
Hear the bells, how they ring, joy is king once again. Hear the bells, how they sing, peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Let the sound of rejoicing fill the days yet to pass. May the joy of the season hold your heart in his grasp.
So I shout, welcome to ya, hooray, hallelujah, 'cause Christmas is coming at last. Christmas is coming, the whole world is humming, 'cause Christmas is coming at last.
There you go, sounds of the season here. The sun, Tony, the sunlight is killing my eyes here. Sounds of this. I gotta turn this way here. Sounds of the season here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. The Rhythm Kings from November of 1950. My sister's up here moving my record boxes. Be careful with those record boxes over there. And a song entitled Christmas is Coming at Last. That one there on Bess Berman's Apollo Records. That's Cecil Murray on lead there. Speaking of Christmas tunes, if you want a whole show, actually 2 hours of Christmas tunes, you got to tune into the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank Gingaro and Gordon Skagberg this coming December 22nd, Sunday, December 22nd, 2024, from 3 p.m. Eastern Time till 5 p.m. They will be having Bill Old. Bill Old will be there doing his 27th annual Collector's Christmas Show. And that's on the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. You can tune in on WRHU 88.7 FM on your dial, and I have to listen to it on the stream. That's WRHU.org. Tune in to Bill Obe for more. I'm sure he played this one. I don't know, on a 78. He might. Well, maybe Bill has this on a 78. I don't know. Bill has lots of records in his collection, and lots of Christmas tunes that I definitely don't have, for sure. But tune into that. I will be tuned in on the 22nd, Sunday the 22nd of December. Let's continue here. And man, this sun is blinding, Johnny G, and I got no shade on that. Tony puts a blanket on that thing over there. The Delta Rhythm Boys return this time. We heard them earlier in the program. Their version of Stardust, played it earlier in the show. I think the third 78 here on the program. Here is one that they did for Atlantic Records, actually their second of two. This is actually a request for listener Casey Hines from March of 1950, the Delta Rhythm Boys on Atlantic. It's called If You See Tears in My Eyes. This is for Casey Hines.
If you see tears in my eyes, don't wipe them away.
souvenirs in disguise of a love gone astray. Remember I cried the first time we kissed, but they were tears of happiness. When your love grew cold, I tried to be bold, but my heart just had to confess. If you see tears in my eyes, don't think that I'm blue. Those souvenirs in disguise bring back memories of you. And so I'll cry as I hope and pray that you'll come back to love me someday. And if you see tears in my eyes, oh, don't wipe them away. So I'll cry as I hope and pray that you'll come back to love me someday. And if you see tears in my eyes, don't wipe them away. Wipe them away.
Yeah, as by request for Casey Hines in Paris, the sound of the Delta Rhythm Boys, March 1950. That's their second release on Atlantic Records. If You See Tears in My Eyes. What a great tune that is. I like that record there. We stay in 1950 here with the sound of the Four Tunes, this time on the RCA record label. And between May of 49 and November of 53, RCA put out 20 releases by the group. Now on this one, the group is backing up a gal by the name of Wanita Hall. I think she was a musical theater and film actress, and she's originally from Keyport, New Jersey, and she did this tune together with the Four Tunes. It's with the Benny Morton and his orchestra here. This is a flexi disc, so if I drop this one, it won't break, thank goodness. But it's from January of 1950. Let's give a listen to Wanita Hall and the Four Tunes on RCA Records. It's called Old Bojangles Is Gone.
Old Bojangles, old Bojangles, old Bojangles, old Bojangles is gone.
I was down in Harlem town on the day the news got around, and I sat right down and wrote this song. At the age of 71, all his dancing days are done. Now old Bojangles is gone. Old Bojangles, old Bojangles, old Bojangles, old Bojangles is gone.
Now when he was 62, all the folks thought he was through, but they soon found out that they were wrong. And I can't forget that day he went dancing down Broadway. Now old Bojangles is gone.
Old Bojangles.
Old Bojangles was a mighty man.
Old Bojangles.
Dancing prance like no one can.
Old Bojangles.
Now he's gone to the promised land.
Old Bojangles is gone. Though he's taken his last bow, things are copacetic now. For he's dancing on the golden stair. And the angels up on high have a new star in the sky. 'Cause old Bojangles is there. Old Bojangles is gone, yes, yes. Old Bojangles is gone, yes, yes. Old Bojangles is gone, yes, yes.
Old Bojangles is gone. Old Bojangles is gone. Old Bojangles is gone.
There you go, January 1950 release there for Wanita Hall. And the 4 tunes on the RCA Flexi disc. Actually, the Freddy Gonzalez's disco file lists this as separate, this Flexi disc as a separate number. It does. But anyway, it's called Old Bojangles is Gone is the name of the tune. We are in the year 1958. How about 1950, Johnny G? And let's go to Art Roop's specialty record label out of Hollywood, California for this next singer. Born October 14th of 1922 in Newby, Oklahoma, I guess. A vocalist, guitarist, and professional boxer. First recording for Specialty Records back in 1947. And he was the younger brother of Joe Liggins, his name Jimmy Liggins. And I think this is with his group, his Drops of Joy, okay. But this is from November of 1950. Jimmy Liggins and his Drops of Joy on the Specialty record label. It's another sound of the season. It's called I Want My Baby for Christmas.
Yes, it's Christmas time. I wonder what Santa Claus gonna bring me this year. Yes, it's Christmas time. I wonder what Santa Claus gonna bring me this year. If he'll just bring my baby home, then that will ease my every care. Christmas is a joyous time. Peace on earth, goodwill it brings. Yes, Christmas is a joyous time. Peace on earth, goodwill it brings. But if it don't bring my baby home, tears gonna fall like showers of rain. No diamond ring, no Cadillac car. No, I don't want no turkey for Christmas. No diamond ring, no Cadillac car. I just want you to love me, baby. Hold me and be where you are.
That's November 1950 release there for Jimmy Liggins and his Drops of Joy on Art Roop Specialty Records out of California. I Want My Baby for Christmas. I think his biggest hit, what didn't he do, Drunk? I think I have that on a red vinyl 45 too, I think. But anyway, unless I'm getting him confused with his brother. I don't know. But anyway, let us continue here. One more from the year 1950. And I found this 78 in the box here. I was actually surprised because on the Saturday show a couple weeks ago, David Silberg requested Dinah Washington. And a song called "I'll Never Be Free," and then I think it was Dennis Fluharty that requested the flip side. So I had the 45, and I flipped it over. But Charlene did the research, and she said, "Johnny, it says Big Deal as the flip side on the 78." But I said, "Well, wait a minute, mine doesn't say it. It says I Only Know," which supposedly came out later, or I don't know what happened with it, but I found the 78 because so we're going to give a listen to, I guess, the true flip side of the 40 of the 70 of the record, which is on a 78, again with the Teddy Stewart Orchestra. I think did he write this? Yeah, he wrote this song together with Dinah Washington. So let's give it a spin here. September 1950, the great Dinah Washington on the Mercury record label. This is the flip side of I'll Never Be Free, or another one of the flip sides. It's called Big Deal.
Big deal, let's shout the blues away. Big deal, let's shout the blues away. It's a great big deal, happy times can be here to stay. Let's laugh and live and joke the time away. Yes, let's laugh and live and joke the time away. Might as well be cool, 'cause today could be Judgment Day. Quit trying to pick a bone. Don't shout, don't pout, don't try to pick that bone. And don't look my way, I got troubles of my own. And live real nice and make that laughing real.
Yeah, September 1950 release there for Dinah Washington. Dinah Washington on the Mercury record label. Big Deal is the name of the tune. Johnny G is your Big Deal disc jockey for a Thursday afternoon. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing this Thursday show. I was trying to do it every week, but it was too much to do for me because I have to clean the records. I have to find, they're much harder to file back than 45s, I will tell you that much. Let's continue here. We move into 1951, and really wouldn't be a Christmas show if I didn't play this tune. This group out of Newport News, Virginia. This is a classic Christmas sound by the group. It's their third release on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. Features the great lead of Rudy West. Let's go to December of 1951 for the sound of the Five Keys. The Five Keys on Aladdin Records and their Christmas tune. It's called It's Christmas Time.
Ding dong, ding dong. It's Christmas time and snow is on the ground. The leaves have fallen and are spreaded around. Our love was bold, but now so very cold. We loved in our younger prime, and I love you when I'm old. I sat alone in our dream cottage, and snow is on the ground. I'm sitting all alone, and I'm wishing that someday you'll come around to love again, though you're far away. And when you come to me, please come back to stay. Ding dong, ding dong. Christmas time.
Sounds of the season here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. The great Five Keys. Rudy West on lead. What a great voice he had. December 1951, their third release for the Aladdin record label. It's Christmas Time. I have that on a 45 too, but the 78 sounds so great. It does. So maybe I'll play that again on the 45. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And here we stay in 51 with a flip side from the last 78 show as we go to Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. As last week I featured a group called couple weeks ago, the Sultans. The Sultans from March of 51 called Lemon Squeezin' Daddy. But let's give a listen to the flip side here. It's a nice ballad from March 51. It's called You Captured My Heart. These are the Sultans on the Jubilee record label.
You captured my heart when I looked in your eyes. You captured my heart, and now I'm satisfied. I will never leave you. That I cannot do. Hope you'll be here always, so I'll never be blue. You captured my heart, and I'm love-locked with chains. You captured my heart, and now happiness rings. Now that we're together, darling, we will never part. I'm your slave for life. You captured my heart. You captured my heart,
and I'm love with chains. You captured my heart, and now happiness reigns.
Now that we're together, darling, we will never part. I'm your slave for life. You captured my heart.
That's a nice tune there from March 51. They're called the Sultans. This is not on a 45, at least not originally on a 45. Maybe they booted it on a 45. But that's on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label, the Sultans, with You Captured My Heart is the name of the tune. And okay, Frank Gingaro says that Nappy Brown is on lead there for that side. I neglected to mention that he was a member of this group, of course. Nappy Brown went on to have some pretty big R&B hits for the Savoy record label. Let's continue here in the year 1951. We go out to California as the Robins would record for the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. They did 4 songs, and on one of the songs they were paired with a gal by the name of Mickey Champion. And she was, I guess, a Little Esther sound-alike. And they originally backed up Little Esther on Double Crossin' Blues, by the way, on Savoy. But I played the flip side of this not too long ago, a song called Found Me a Sugar Daddy by this group called the Knickknacks, which were really the Robins backing up this gal. But the flip side of this is a Christmas tune. And it's from December of 1951. We're going to give it a spin here. I think this came out twice, too, by the way. These are the Knickknacks. Again, this is a Mickey Champion on lead. It's on RPM Records. It's called Gonna Have a Merry Christmas. The Knickknacks.
Look who I see coming down the railroad track. Santa Claus got my baby in his old Christmas sack. It's gonna be a Merry Christmas to have my baby back home. It's been such a lonely blue year since he's been gone. I'm gonna buy ourselves some whiskey, send all our friends some wine. If they don't have a Merry Christmas, it won't be no fault of mine. 'Cause I'm so happy, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have a Merry Christmas, and I wish the same to you.
Now you can take down your stocking, turn out your Christmas lights. I don't want no Santa Claus around my house on Christmas night. It's been a lonesome blue year, but it's about to come to an end. It's gonna be a Merry Christmas, 'cause I'm with my baby again.
You didn't come home last Christmas, or neither the one before.
If you love me right this Christmas, I won't do that no more. We're gonna have a Merry
Christmas, 'cause we're together again.
It's been a lonesome blue year, but it's about to come to an end. Merry Christmas
and a happy, happy New Year.
Me too.
There you go, a group called the Knickknacks, a.k.a. the Robins there. You heard Bobby Nunn, the bass there, singing with this gal, Mickey Champion, sounding a lot like Little Esther, too, by the way. December 1951 release, the Knickknacks on the RPM record label. It's called Gonna Have a Merry Christmas is the name of the tune. I guess this is like Johnny G's Christmas 78 show. I still have a few more to get to here, but let's listen to a flip side from last week. Actually, I think it was Julian McCroy that mentioned the flip side here. Actually, it's probably unfair to compare the next two 78s, but we're going to play them back to back. Now, on the last 78 show, I featured Ruth Alston Weston, okay, from Portsmouth, Virginia, on the Atlantic record label. Of course, that is Ruth Brown. I played her tune called 5, 10, 15 Hours. It was a big #1 hit for her on the Atlantic record label. It's from March of 1952. But the flip side here is an excellent ballad, and we're going to give a listen to her rendition of this tune from March 52. We'll send it out to Julian McCroy in our YouTube chat room. Ruth Brown on Atlantic, and her rendition of the tune, Be Anything, parentheses, but Be Mine.
sunshine or my grief. Be anything, but darling, be mine. Be a wise man or be a fool. Treat me tender, oh, be cruel. Be anything, but darling, be mine. Climb to the top of the ladder, be master of all you survey. Fail and it still doesn't matter. If you love me, everything is okay. Be the angel of my prayer. Be the devil who cares. Be anything, but darling, be mine.
Go. That's March 1952 release there for Ruth Brown on the Atlantic record label. Her rendition of the tune Be Anything, and it says with hers parentheses, but be mine. Now, I don't know if that prompted the Five Keys to record that. Well, maybe not, because they went into the studio, and I mentioned this is a flip side from the last 78 show. They went into the studio on March 4th of 1952 to the RCA studios here in New York City, and they recorded the side that I played last week, which was Red Sails in the Sunset, and they also recorded this tune, their rendition of the tune Be Anything But Be Mine. This features the great Rudy West on lead. I think Dickie Smith comes in on this side too, if I'm not mistaken. April 1952, the great Five Keys return on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin Records with their rendition of the tune Be Anything But Be Mine.
Be a fool, be a beggar, be a thief, be my sunshine or my grief, be anything but darling, be mine. Wise girl, be a fool, treat me tender or be cruel, be anything but darling, be mine. Climb to the top of the ladder, be master of all still doesn't matter. If you love me, everything is okay. Be the angel of my prayer. Be the devil who cares. Be anything but darling. Be mine. Climb to the top of the ladder, darling. And in your climbing, try and be the master of all you survey. And if by chance you would but fail, and it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter simply because if you love me truly with all your heart and all your mind and all your soul, everything's okay. Be the angel of my prayer. Be the devil who cares. Be anything but darling. Be mine. Be mine.
Well, the sound of the Five Keys there. Rudy West and the Five Keys, April 1952 release. That's the flip side of Red Sails in the Sunset. Song entitled Be Anything But Be Mine there. Great song there on Aladdin Records. A record that I got from the late Glenn Fousel. He traded me 3 Beatle LPs for a bunch of 78s, about 500 or so 78s, and a little bit of cash, but he was really upset years later that he did that trade. And I said, look, a trade is a trade. You wanted the Beatle record, Beatle versus the Four Seasons. You wanted that LP. I didn't have the poster, and you took some good albums that I had, my Stevie Wonder album and some of my other rock albums you took out of my collection. Well, I got a lot of good stuff like that. But anyway, store stock too. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show in the year 1952, let's play a flip side from last week, our last 78 show. I featured Sarah McLawler. She recorded for Sid Nathan's King record label. I think it was her 4th release for the King label. It was called I'm Just Another One in Love with You. Now, the flip side of this, I don't know who did this first. I know the Diamonds did not do it first on the Atlantic label, because I often feature the Diamonds on Atlantic's version of this song. But let's give a listen to her version from September 52, Sarah McLawler on King Records, and her rendition of the tune Romance in the Dark.
Well, in the dark, it's just you and I, baby. Not a sign, well, not even a little sign. Nothing but the beat of my poor heart. In the dark, in the dark, I get such a thrill when you press your fingertips upon my lips, and you beg me, you plead to me to be still. In the dark, now soon, soon, soon this dance will be ended, and you're gonna be missed. Oh, gee, the rest have left behind. Just let them dance while we find romance in the dark. So let the fools dance while we find romance in the dark.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, Sarah McLawler from September 1952. Let me check the. Yes, you are correct. Frank Chingaro mentioned it. Lil Green did this first. She actually gets writer credit on this. Sarah McLawler's version there on Sid Nathan's King record label, Romance in the Dark, is the name of the tune. We have one more from the year 1952. It's actually a flip side from the last 78 show. Featured the Deep River Boys. Deep River Boys on the Beacon record label. This was recorded, this song here on December 20th, 1951, released in February of 52, their second of three on the Beacon label, and featured on the last show, Doesn't Make Sense to Me, but I think this was the intended A-side of the 78. It features Harry Douglas on lead from February 62, the Deep River Boys, with their tune called Truthfully.
Perhaps you don't believe the things I'm saying.
You have every right to feel that way.
But here's the time, sweetheart, that I'm not playing. Yes, I really mean it when I say truthfully, I know I hurt you. Truthfully, I see that I've been wrong while you were being fair and acting on the square. I grieved you and deceived you right along. You deceived her right along. Truthfully, I don't deserve you, but truthfully, I want you back. I vow, if you'll give me a break, I'll make up for each mistake. For truthfully, I love you more somehow. Truthfully, I don't deserve you. Truthfully, I want you back. I vow, please give me a break. I'll make up for each mistake. For truthfully, I love you more somehow. Truthfully, I love you best of all.
There you go. Those are the Deep River Boys. Deep River Boys, February 62 release. That's their second of three on the Beacon label. That's Joe Davis's Beacon Records. Truthfully is the name of the tune with Harry Douglas on lead. Let's move into 1953 now with a flip side from the last 78 shows. We head out to Los Angeles, California, to the Bahari Brothers Flair record label for a group called the Flairs, and I featured their tune Tell Me You Love Me that had Richard Berry on the lead. The flip side features Cornell Gunter on lead, and this is a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris from November 53, the Flairs on Flair. It's called You Should Care for Me.
I know all grass is green. I know that you aren't mean. I know for me. Oh, I know all trees are tall. I know you don't care at all. I know you should care for me.
Now everybody, somebody's child. My mother used to say, oh son, don't you fall in love. You regret it till your dying day.
Lord above to give me back my love. I know you should care for me. I ask Lord above, to give me back my love. I know you should care for me. You should care for me.
That's the great sound of the Flairs there. Cornell Gunther on lead for that one. November 1953 on the Flair label. You Should Care for Me is the name of the tune. We'll send that one out to Casey Hines in Paris. We are in the year 1953. Let's go to another sound of the season here. The majority of these their releases, of course, were on the Federal record label, but they also had 7 releases on the King label, and I don't know why he put this. This is on the Pop series. I guess they did. I don't know. But the King Records, Sid Nathan's Pop series, was the 1000 series. But there are some R&B things on there, too. Maybe they figured they might be crossover, possibly. But I'm talking about Billy Ward and the Dominoes here for this one. This was, I think, their second on King Records. And it features the great Jackie Wilson on lead. And it's a Christmas tune. This is from December of 1953. Billy Ward and his Dominoes on the King label with Jackie Wilson on lead. It's called Christmas in Heaven.
darling, if you leave me, I don't know what I'd do. Your heaven at Christmas, and it's Christmas all year through. Yes, it's Christmas in heaven, and heaven here with you. You kiss me and I hear angels singing through a silent night. There's wind and snow and mistletoe and everything seems right. Good heaven at Christmas, and it's Christmas all year through. Yes, it's Christmas in heaven, and heaven here with you.
That's December 1953 release there for Billy Ward and the Dominoes, the great Jackie Wilson on lead for that one. Sid Nathan's King Records, song entitled Christmas in Heaven is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1954. Now we head to Chicago to Art Sheridan's Chance record label. This is a flip side from last week, featured the Flamingos. The Flamingos on the Chance record label with their, what was it, their 5th of 6 on the Chance record label from May 54. Song entitled Cross Over the Bridge. That was with Solly McElroy on lead. Well, this is the flip side of the 78, which features Johnny Carter on lead. May 1954, the Flamingos on the Chance label. It's called Listen to My Plea.
Well, I need you, baby, and I'm down on my bending knees. So won't you please, 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 please listen to my plea. Yes, I just got to have you, baby, and have mercy on me. So won't you please, 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 please listen to my plea. You know my love runs deeper, deeper than any sea. We all make mistakes, so won't you please forgive me. Well, I just got to have you, baby, and I'm sure you know what I mean. So won't you please, 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 please listen to my plea. won't you please forgive poor me? Well, I just got to have you, baby, and I'm sure you know what I mean. So won't you please listen to my plea? Please, 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 please,
Oh, baby.
please, 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 listen to my plea. Please, please,
There you go, sound of the Flamingos there. Johnny Carter and the Flamingos from May 54. On Art Sheridan's Chance Records, Listen to My Plea is the name of the tune. Always good to hear the Flamingos here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. So how many of you out there are jivers? They like the jive tunes here. As this singer's songs were sort of jivers. Well, not in the beginning. I think originally jazz in the beginning. His real name, Lee Brown. He was born in Newark, New Jersey on October 27th of 1919. He formed his own group. They were known as Three Bips and a Bop. That was back in 1946. And mainly a jazz group, I think, back then. But then he started to interject this jive talk into his compositions. And here is a holiday jiver he had that came out on multiple labels, by the way. What did it first come out on? The Crazy label, I think, originally, the first release. Then, I don't know if Bruce was second. I don't know, but I'm featuring it on the Bruce label. It was also on Essex. I think that was for national distribution on the Essex label. And then it came out again on King Records. I think the only one I don't have it on is Essex Records, but we're going to give a listen to the Bruce issue of it, which they're all the same. I don't think there is anything different about it. But his name is Babs Gonzalez. This is from November 54. It's on Bruce Records. It's called Bebop Santa Claus. Babs Gonzalez. What did I say, Thomas? Babs Gonzalez.
'Twas the black before Christmas, and all through the dawn, the scene was deserted but for old Pops and Mom. There they sat hung in their big easy chair, goofed on eggnog, sherry, and beer. Sis and little Junior lie snoozing in bed, while visions of Cadillacs dance in their heads. Moms jumped up and said, "Pops, let's quit it to bed. We can't let Santa dig us with our eyes all red." Then out on the stoop, ooh-wee, such a clatter. Pop split to the porthole to see what was the matter. His heart did the jumps and he fell straight back when his glimmers fell on a red Cadillac. Stashed in front was a cat cool as any, with a red beaver hat and a red cashmere benny. His ground pads were suede shoes and his red tweed vine caused heavy dews. He wore a red-on-red shirt and a white mink tie, some crazy rim glasses that covered one eye. Old Pop's peepers grew large, round, and white as he dug this crazy vista on Christmas Eve night. The cat leaped from his short and he laid down his sack. He began wailing like mad, the cool Applejack. Then up to the rooftops the Cadillac flew, and the cat in red followed on through. Pops was wigged behind this crazy scene, and before he was straight, down came the cat, right through the chimney grate. A bag of jive he had on his back as he stood digging Pops, who was blowing his stack. His eyeballs were hid by some coal black shades. When Pops dug this action, he knew this cat was made. A king-size cigarette hung from his chops as he eased up close and sounded on Pops. I'm the bebop Santa from the cool North Pole, and I've been down since the days of old. I'm known all over from here to eternity, and a stud's mighty square if he don't dig me. So cast thy peepers into my righteous bag and see what insane object I shall lay on thee. Here's a record by Diz, cut when he was 2, a real boss arrangement of Ooh-Ya-Coo. For moms, a mink outfit, Chanel number 5, and for you little kiddies, my new book on jive. So that's it, Pops, Santa did shout. Then he buttoned his cashmere and quickly cut out. Poor Pops was wigging and he was out of his head to dig this wild character who wore all the red. He ran to the table to cop him a drink, to quiet his nerves and to help him to think. Just then from below he heard a voice shout, "Have a crazy cool Christmas, but don't get knocked out."
There you go. That's Bebop Santa Claus, sound of the season there by Babs Gonzalez. Featured it on the Bruce record label, Monty Bruce's Bruce Records out of New York City, November 1954. Babs Gonzalez. Let's stay in 1954. Let's go up to Detroit, Michigan now, to the legendary Devorah Brown's Fortune record label. This was the debut single for the Diablos from April of 1954. Nolan Strong on lead. Nolan Strong and the Diablos on Fortune, and this was their first record. It was called Adios, My Desert Love.
My adoring little God. Tender sighs, lullabies, neath the soft ember moon and twinkling stars. Desert bliss, lifted kiss to the sweet blending strings of all guitars. Adios to the night of gay romance. Adios to love I met by chance. Oh, this bliss I will miss, but for now I must kiss and ride away. Adios to my desert love.
Adios to a night of gay romance. Adios to a love I met by chance. All this bliss I will miss, but for now, darling, I must kiss and ride, yes, away.
Adios to a night of gay romance. Adios to love I met by chance. Oh, this bliss I will miss, but for now I must kiss and ride away. Adios to my desert love. Adios.
Yes, Darren, you are correct. The 78s play 100 times better than the 45s in all instances. April 1954, the debut single for Nolan Strong and the Diablos on Devorah Brown's Fortune Records up Detroit, Michigan way. Adios, My Desert Love. Let's stay in 1954. Flip side here from the last 78 show featured the Five Echoes. The Five Echoes on the Sabre record label from February of 1954 with their tune called Broke. I think that featured, well, I don't know if he was on lead. I don't know if Johnny Taylor was on lead, the same Johnny Taylor that would go on to have soul releases on the Stax record label and other releases also on the Columbia and later on. But let's flip it over here. And this side is called So Lonesome. February 54, the Five Echoes on Sabre. It's called So Lonesome.
Oh, so lonesome since my baby said bye-bye. Said bye-bye. Oh, so lonesome since my baby said bye-bye. Said bye-bye. Every time I think about her, my poor heart breaks down and cries. If you ever love somebody with all your heart and soul, and they told you they were leaving, it would make me oh, so lonesome since the babe said bye-bye. Said bye-bye. Every time I think about it, my poor heart breaks down and cries. Well, I'm like somebody trying to steal baby away from me. Yeah, look like somebody trying to steal baby away from me. Well, everybody needs all that my baby. I remember my baby when she called me pretty sweet name. Said I want you, I love you, I need to love again. Oh, so lonesome since my baby said bye-bye. Said bye-bye. Every time I think about it, my poor heart breaks down and cries.
Yeah, out of Chicago there. Those are the Five Echoes. Five Echoes from February 1954. It's on the Sabre record label. Sabre Records for that one. So Lonesome is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1955 now. This... I wish this was in better shape, although it's not so bad. But this is really a hard record to find here. And 1955? When was Little Willie John? When did Little Willie John? Was he on King Records yet? I don't know if he was. But anyway, this is Rama 167, and not a record that is very well known either. And I didn't even know it even came out on a 78. I was looking through the box. I said, what is this? Because the flip side is actually pretty a cool record. I forget the gal's name. But it doesn't say who this is on the first issue. All you see is Paul Williams. This is like Paul Hucklebuck Williams and his orchestra. And somehow he recorded for George Goldner's Rama Records. But the vocalist on this is Little Willie John. And on the first issues, they didn't. So I don't know what the reason was, because then this record came out a month later, and actually a different title. This is called Betty Ann, but the second release, I think it's called Ring-a-Ling, I think. But either way, we're going to give it a spin here. May 55. It says Paul Williams and his orchestra, but it's really Little Willie John. This is on George Gollner's Rama Records, Rama 167, and I have it as Betty Ann, Little Willie John.
Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, let the wedding bells ring. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, let the wedding bells ring. You got me on your string. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, oh baby, won't you hurry? Squeeze me tight. Baby, won't you hurry? Squeeze me tight. I've been looking for you, baby, ever since last night. You're so fine, I can't help but fall. You're so fine, I can't help but fall. Every time I see you, baby, I start to sing this tune. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, let the wedding bells ring. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, let the wedding bells ring. You got me on your string. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Oh, little girl, set on wedding date. Oh, little girl, set on wedding date. I don't want nobody chasing you away. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, let the wedding bells ring. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, let the wedding bells ring. You got me on your string. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling.
So tell me, where does he say Betty Ann? I think they messed that up. I mean, maybe that was supposed to be the Wrens release. Don't the Wrens wasn't there an unreleased Wrens tune called Betty Ann or something like that? I don't know. That never came out. It's on the Wrens CD, I think, or the Murray Hill set by the Wrens, I guess. I don't know, but there you go. It's not mentioned on the label Little Willie John. The later presses do have Little Willie John and have the song Ring-a-Ling, but I think that was something messed up here on this. May 1955, it says Paul Williams and his orchestra. That is Paul Hucklebuck Williams and his orchestra on George Gollner's Rama Records. Should be Ring-a-Ling, but it says Betty Ann, so I don't know what happened with that one. Let's move into 1956 now with a girl group sound. And this is on Saul Rabinowitz's Baton record label. Let's give a listen to the Hearts here. This is their fifth and final release on the Baton record label, and it features Joyce West on lead. This is from August of 56, The Hearts on Baton. It's called I Had a Guy.
See back to me. Lost one lover.
Yeah, the sound of the hearts here on the Vinyl Treasures show. That's Joyce West on lead for that one. That's their fifth and final release for Saul Rabinowitz's Baton record label from August 56. I Had a Guy. The flip side of this is a cool record too, called He Drives Me Crazy. Let's stay in 1956. A flip side from the last 78 show as we go back to Detroit, Michigan. This group, they got together at Northern High School and won first prize in the school's amateur show. They were singing the Clovers' Hey Miss Fanny. They were called the Five Scalders. This is on the last show I featured There Will Come a Time, which featured Sol Tillman on lead. This is the flip side here from 56. It features Johnny Mayfield on lead. This originally came out on the Sugar Hill label, which I do have on a 45, by the way. I also have the Drummond 45, but this is a nice clean 78 on Drummond, and they play so much better than the 45s. This is from 56. Give a listen to the Five Scalders on Drummond Records. It's called If Only You Were Mine.
Could never build you a castle of silver, honey as saint and pages of gold, nor adorn your bangles with sapphires, or touch your hair with gold. I could build you but one small cottage, over which a bright, bright moon would shine. But this cottage would be a castle to me if only you were mine. I would open to you the pages of all my life so that you might see, and I would become more than what now I am and be just what you want me to be. A king or a courtly jester, a beggar or a gentleman fine, but I would be happy no matter what I was if only you were mine.
When you erase the sorrows of your life, if doing so make you glad, for I'm willing to suffer an hour and sacrifice pain that you had would forfeit all my dreams of calm, make your life more divine. See, you would make me so happy if only you were mine. Only you were mine. Make me feel so fine. Only you were mine. Only you were mine. Make me feel so fine. Oh, only you were mine.
That a love could never be. For who's so wonderful and sweet as you could ever love a fool like me? But I shall go on forever dreaming. Upon dreams of you shall I die. But I know my dreams would not be dreams if only you were mine. Baby, if only you were mine.
Yeah, they're called the Five Scalders there. Five Scalders from 1956. That's Johnny Mayfield on lead. Featured it on the Drummond 78. First issued on, what did I say? As I lost my Sugar Hill. Johnny G, I'm telling you, since I got COVID 2 years ago, I'm losing my mind. There you go, the Five Scalders with If Only You Were Mine. 3 more 78s to go before we sign off here. Got a late start, folks, and I probably would have just had enough if I would have been done by 5 o'clock. But anyway, here is a flip side request from the last 78 show by request for George Chestnut. Featured this duet of sisters, Betty and Rosie Collins. They were the sisters to Erin Collins, founding member of the Cadets/Jacks. Featured actually the B-side of their big hit, Eddie My Love, called Just Goofed, their first of 6 on the RPM record label. But George Chestnut requested the A-side. Let's go to February 1956, sounding so good on a 78, the Teen Queens on RPM with their hit. It's called Eddie My Love. This is for George Chestnut.
Eddie, my love, I love you so. How I want it for you. You'll never know. Please, Eddie, don't make me wait too long. Eddie, please write me one line. Tell me your love is still only mine. Please, Eddie, don't make me wait too long. You left me last September to return to me before long. Might be my last. Please, Eddie, don't make me wait too long. You left me last September to return to me before long. Myself to sleep. Eddie, since you've been gone, Eddie, my love, I'm sinking fast. The very next day might be my last. Please, Eddie, don't make me wait too long. Please, Eddie, don't make me wait too long.
As by request for listener George Chestnut, the sound of the Teen Queen sounding so great on shellac. It sounds so much better than the 45, February 1956. Eddie My Love is the name of the tune on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. 2 more 78s to go before we sign off here as we move into 1957 now. This is a flip side from the last 78 show as we go back to Chicago now to Vivian Carter's VJ record label. Featured the final release for the El Dorados on VJ Records couple of weeks ago was called A Rose for My Darling. Let's give a listen to the flip side here before it goes back down in the no humidity basement. This is with Al Smith and the orchestra, featuring Perkle Lee Moses on lead from July of 1957. The Eldorados on VJ. It's called Tears on My Pillow.
There will be tears on my pillow tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There'll be tears on my pillow tonight. Well, and all these tears I'm gonna shed because I miss you so. There'll be tears on my pillow tonight. There will be hope that you'll soon return. Yeah, 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 there'll be hope that you'll soon return. Well, but until the day that you return, I want you to know my heart will burn from tears on my pillow at night. You took my love, you took my gold, you took my heart and you took my soul. And now I find you far away, but I know you'll come back someday. There'll be tears on my pillow tonight. Yeah, 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 there'll be tears on my pillow tonight. Well, I don't know when I'll see you again. Goodness knows I need you so. There'll be tears on my pillow tonight. Well, until the day that you return, I want you to know my heart will burn from tears on my pillow tonight.
There you go. Those are the Eldorados from July of 1957. Vivian Carter's VJ record label there. Perkle Lee Moses on lead, and that Al Smith and his orchestra, you can really pick them out. Well, you listen, if anybody ever asked me, can you identify what this sound is? Is it from Chicago? Is it from the West Coast? That is a definitely Chicago sound there. The Eldorados with Tears on My Pillow. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. Thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 78s out of my collection. If you need to get in touch with me, you can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is for everything related to the show and other things too. Get so many emails that I appreciate from the listeners, so thank you all for that. And I will be back tomorrow night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with all your requests for the Saturday night show. 9 to midnight, of course, we always go at least an hour over time, but that's fine. This is the only time I get to enjoy my records with you guys and gals here, so I hope you dug the 78s today. And we will continue with this. And so thank you all for being here. I apologize again for being late. We would have been out of here by 5 o'clock. But we're going to close the show with a flip side request for Julian McCroy in our YouTube chat room. Now, last week I closed the show with the B-side of this 78 called Darling, was the first release for the Dubs. This originally came out on Hiram Johnson's Johnson record label. I don't think I've ever seen a 78 on that, but I'm sure it exists somewhere. But this could be in better shape. Well, you know, but listen, if the 78s are in excellent shape, they always sound good, I have to say, except for those early recycled vinyls. There's nothing you can really do about that. But anyway, our closer, on Darling featured Cleveland Still on lead. This is the intended A-side. Richard Blandon is on lead here. April 1957, their first release on George Goldner's Gone record label, going out to listener Julian McCroy. The Dubs with Don't Ask Me to Be Lonely. That's it, folks. Thank you all for being here. And again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and click that bell to get notifications when Johnny G goes live. You have to be signed in, and give me a thumbs up if you like what you heard. So thank you all for being here. I'll see you Saturday night here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. These are the Dubs.
Ask me for the world